It's time to rage quit. Leave the game. Yes, good. Thank you. Okay, he's gonna leave now. Yep, I knew it.
Done yet?
Oh my god, everyone's rage quitting. I'm not killed with damage. Oh, never mind, it saved me. I knew it. Gonna force him to teleport and he's gonna get hit by it. Yep, that's 3 characters down. Yo, what's up YouTube? So in today's video, I am sweating like nobody ever sweat before. The reason is because I was grinding to get 30,000 ranked points in DP. For reference, I think Z rank, it takes 19,500 points to get to Z rank. So 30,000 is way above Z rank. I think that put me 18th on the leaderboards. I get it at the end of the video, you could see. But yeah, I came across a ton of rage quitters this grinding session. And I would have hit 30,000 points a lot sooner had I not come across all those rage quitters. I came across the same person 3 times and each time he rage quit, and each time I called when he was gonna rage quit. It's pretty funny. But yeah, since I'm so locked in and sweating so hard, I'm really not talking a lot. So what I'm gonna do this video is commentate over what I'm doing, analyze what I'm doing, and just break down my thought process and how I'm able to beat these players so easily and so badly to the point where they rage quit 3 times in a row on me. I give out a lot of secrets that a lot of people do not talk about. Anyway, like the video, subscribe. I'll see you next time. So here I am voicing over. This is a live voiceover, so I'm watching the footage with you guys, right? So it's kind of like a live reaction.
You know, for science and stuff.
Here, Z43. I just noticed his name has the word 3 in it. This guy rage quit on me 3 times in a row. But he's also playing Adult Gohan, like I said in a previous video. Adult Gohan is severely underrated. Maybe you saw my video and that's why he's playing Adult Gohan. But Sonic's way by him. You'll see, it's really important to study how people play. Like I say, this game is just as much a fighting game as it is a strategy game. It's about decision making, and understanding how people make decisions is really important. You'll see when he does a combo, he does a forward step. Once he's done with his first chain, he does a forward step and a side step. And I noticed that right away. And I bet you, and I was like, in my head, oh, that's probably a massive habit of his. I bet I could take advantage of it. And I do exactly that. Just watch. So he used perception on a 3rd chain. You see, he just did the side step thing again. Took advantage of it. I reset my perception. A lot of people, they just hold perception. But once you see them do a side step, you just reset it and it'll be easy. And then I notice he's just sitting there charging. Oh, that's a good blink by me. I blink those dash attacks. So half the time, people who try to spam those, half the time it doesn't work. It's just a waste of time and ki for them. They could be using that time to try and open me up. But you could tell already, he used Wild Sense twice on me there. Right? So he's probably heavily reliant on Wild Sense. He just used it again. Watch, I'm gonna bait it out. Yep. How you bait it out is you attack him, you go for an attack, activate Wild Sense, and then you vanish. And then you can open him up. Easy. And that's why I say Wild Sense is not that good. You have to use it very intelligently, especially against high-level players, such as me. Oh, nice. Always get it. You can't just use Wild Sense and, you know, if you completely depend on skills to play the game for you, that's not good. You should be using skills to cover up gaps, right? Cover up the mistakes you make. But you'll notice in these other games, he tries to use skills to play the game for him. And I hard counter it. Here's his Bardock. Nice super counter by him. 4 skill points, he has enough for ulti. This is how I avoid it. I only have 1 key bar, right? I'll watch for when he dashes at me. Once I see he dashes at me, I dash down or up. Yep, you see? That a lot of people just mindlessly hold the dash button and it wastes a lot of ki. If you just sit there for even like half a second, it recovers enough ki to the point where you could avoid them. And this guy gets desperate, he just uses a raw dash super. I open him up easy. Nice Sonic sway by him. a lot of these players, like, they love using raw dash supers, and it's just it works sometimes, but if that's your entire game, then it's just, I don't understand it. It's not going to work. You should learn how to open up your opponent. And you can see how I really know how to use the switch mechanic very efficiently. It recovers health. Let's say you're low key as well, right? Like you don't have much key left. Instead of charging, you just switch a character and then they'll have 2 key bars and you can just be aggressive from there. But you can see he's using Vidal after image strike. I'm just using Key Blast, grab into perception. Jace's perception could hit he could he rage quits here.
He rage quit.
But yeah, Jace's perception could hit people who use after image strike.
Okay.
The perception that knocks people back will go through after image strike, and those characters are really good for countering after image strike.
Okay.
I think Adult Gohan has it, Jace has it, Zarbon has it.
Step, so.
The gut punch is really good, but it won't go through after image strike. When I use a gut punch against after image strike users, I just charge it all the way to try to stall out after image strike. But you can see he does the sidestep thing again. Super easy for me to counter, and like, this is why having really hard habits is not a good thing, especially against high-level players, because if you can't break out of that habit mid-game, then you're just gonna get hard countered. He has key advantage here, so he wins the vanish battle. He used Wild Sense again. Watch, bait it out, easy.
This is what I mean by wild.
And I use the switch to help me follow up. I have more key now, and I get to regain health. I didn't bait out the Wild Sense there because he actually used it. Probably unintentionally, intelligently, you know, because he used it close to me when I don't have time to notice that he had it active. Super perception by him. You saw him charging. He's trying to spam Wild Sense to get me. Okay, and that's why he's just sitting there charging. He wants to get enough key to do a dash super, but it doesn't matter because I blink those. I have my own Wild Sense, so I just got aggressive. If you have Wild Sense as well, if you hit him first, it'll activate his Wild Sense, and your Wild Sense will counter his Wild Sense, and that's just an easy way to just brainlessly counter someone else's Wild Sense.
Oh no.
Oh, he broke my guard there because I tried to vanish it, but that's fine. You see, he just, instead of comboing me, he just charges for a dash super, which it does a lot of damage, but like, you could have done the same damage with a combo and saved your key. You know, it's I don't understand the obsession with dash supers. But you can see how he's not countering my Wild Sense, and it's just bad for him. But here's Bardock. He's probably gonna work towards a instant sparking. And you can see how he's struggling to super counter me. Just look at my combos, right? I stagger my combos really hard. The times where I don't stagger my combos is when he gets a super counter off. A lot of people like to look at my gameplay and be like, oh, I'm a B rank and people in B rank super counter more often than your opponents do. Your opponents are not that good. And it's like, it's not a problem of my opponent. It's a problem that my combos are staggered. You can see I use charged attacks a lot. I charge my attacks and I slow my attacks down a lot. And I reset my combos and it throws them off. Because super countering is only one part of the game. So many people love to focus on super countering. Super countering is very strong, but another strong counter to things is vanishing. My combos, they're very vanishable. He could have vanished that low sweep, but he doesn't because he's so focused on super countering, I bet. And vanishing is a lot safer than super countering because super countering just most times will force you into a vanish battle. Right? If you just vanish my combos, then you'll get behind me and you'll force me to try to get a super counter off on you or get a vanish off on you. So you should be looking for vanishes just as often as you are looking for super counters.
Dude, this is what he does. He just sits there and charges and waits for Wild Sense.
Yep, even I call it out in the game. He just sits there and charges and waits for Wild Sense to play the game for him. Knock me back with Wild Sense and then use his dash super, which half the time I vanish, so it's just a waste of time for him. Like he could get, like he just dropped a combo opportunity there. For what? For a switch. I mean, it's understandable, but like so many times he drops combo opportunities just to charge some more or whatever. Here's Master Roshi after image strike. He hasn't activated yet. There it is. You can see his gauge went from 3 to 0. Now here's a gut punch perception user, which is Raccoon. So let's see how I deal with after image strike with Raccoon. You see how I just hold the charge. Yep, I just hold perception. They don't know how to do anything. I use false courage because then Ki Blast won't stun me. So he has to go for physical attacks, and I'm just gonna hold perception.
Oh no, I waited way too long.
I messed that up. How I do that quick time event is I wait a few seconds before I start doing it. That way I can just hold the button once without having to worry about it. And he goes for grabs. All he could do is grab or attack, and I'm watching. I'm watching for all of it. Perception, watch for attack. I'll watch for a grab, and just tech the grab.
After image strike does not work.
Now after image strike is over, I go for the aggressive move. I waste his, I force him to do a super perception. He can't do after image strike again. And that's what you should also be looking for. People who rely purely on using their skills, if you force them to use super perception, they'll run their skills down. They can't spam it as often. How you force them to do it is use your Y attacks, right? Don't just do normal rush chains. Force them to do super perceptions like I do. And that's not to say super perception is bad, right? It's just that people don't know how to capitalize off of it. He hit me with that. I know how to counter Wild Sense, but hey, sometimes I just forget. You know, sometimes it catches me off guard, and that's why Wild Sense is strong. But at the same time, if you don't use it correctly, you will get hard countered. I thought he had Wild Sense there, so I played it very carefully. Nope, watching for the grabs. Always watching for the grabs. Explosive wave to get him off of me. That wasn't a very good explosive wave for me. I think you should be using explosive wave to break combos, but I was just
blinked though.
I needed him get out my face to just
learn
have some thinking space.
Alright, it's time.
There it is. He's just holding perception, so I counter that with Ki Blast.
Yes. Good. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, I was telling him to leave the game because I knew when he was gonna leave the game.
Oh my gosh.
Alright, third time's the charm. Third time's the charm.
Let's see who's stronger. You know, for science and stuff.
Alright, let's see if we can make him rage quit 3 times in a row.
Okay.
I even say, let's make him rage quit 3 times in a row. Like, I don't understand, like, I just don't get it. Like, why play the game? Just, as soon as you leave me, you should just, as soon as you see me, you should just leave the game. Like, if you plan on rage quitting and you see that I decimated you twice, just leave the game. What's the point in trying again? Like, do you not feel embarrassed that you bumped into me 3 times in a row and you got destroyed, and each time you just rage quit? Like, he doesn't know an actual combo.
Why am
I messed up there. He's doing the sidestepping. That time actually caught me. And hey, you're gonna make mistakes in your gameplay. Even me, who plays this game a lot, I make mistakes in my gameplay. He got his Wild Sense off. Again. I failed to vanish it and it just breaks my guard. Here's a real combo by him. Finally, right? Finally.
Dude, why
and I'm off my game here, but it's fine. It's fine because he's just gonna sit there and charge. Watch, and it just gives me an opportunity to reset the fight. This is why you should always be aggressive. Why knock me back to just sit there and do nothing? Because then I'm just gonna switch and regain my health. If you're not, this is why I like DP battle. If you're not aggressive,
I'll let him hit that.
It's just not gonna work out for you. It's not like singles where you could just chip someone down and use an ultimate and win the game. In DP battle, you have to be so aggressive to the point where the other person can't switch and do so much damage that even if they switch, it won't matter. And that's what I do. That's why I'm super aggressive, and that's why I win a lot of my games because of my aggression. Like, if they want to switch, they could switch, but by the time they switch, I've already done so much damage. And look at him, he's not switching his character, so that's a massive weakness of his. The sidestepping actually got me again. I'm pretty off my game here. I'm just, at this point, I'm tired of it, I'm frustrated over people rage quitting, and it's just getting to me now, but it's fine. Oh, you see, I tried to bait it out, but I failed. Like, I'm just...
Where are my
Yeah.
vanishes?
Unleash my troop.
Yeah, I don't know. Sometimes I input something and it just doesn't come out. So I swear I was inputting a vanish there and it just wasn't coming out, but it's fine. It's fine because he just sits there. There's the counter to the Wild Sense, but he just sits there and charges. He lets Wild Sense play the game for him.
Okay.
And he could do
Why aren't
so
you
much
switching your
more if he
characters?
just
Literally. Oh my
if he just
gosh.
learned how to play the game better. Right? Instead of just using Wild Sense and charging and then using your super. It's just
Focus
odd
up
to me. Like he is capable of doing combos, he just refuses to. You do know I'm a low-class warrior, right? Like, he could have opened me up there normally, but instead he chooses to use a dash super.
Supers. I don't think this guy knows how to do combos. How did he get to S1? He got to S1 through rage quitting.
Yeah, here I am theorizing he got to S1 through rage quitting, but I could see a lot of people falling for this, right? Because a lot of people don't know how to counter Wild Sense. A lot of people don't have the ability to vanish half the time. People just love super countering, which nothing wrong with that, but there's other options. Don't tunnel vision on super countering. Because every super counter attempt, you get locked out of it, right? So once you attempt a super counter, you can't attempt it again for another 12 frames, I think. So might as well try to attempt something else and then go back to super countering.
Stop holding.
Yeah, this guy's just holding perception, so I just hit him with the unblockable grab. Or untechable grab. Spopovich is a really good character. I like him. He's a very rush-down heavy character.
Yeah, you can't use instant sparking.
And he's a tanky character. I believe every team needs at least one tanky character. And every team needs at least, like, maybe two characters who can do a lot of damage. For me, it's Gohan that does a lot of damage, and then I have Jace and Zarbon that are, they don't do a lot of damage, but they do mid-level damage, and that's good enough for me. Well, Raccoon and Spopovich do a lot of damage too, but they just don't have the, I guess, they do have, they're tanky, but they don't have the, like, get off me type of, mechanics like Zarbon does with Wild Sense and Jace has with Explosive Wave.
He is obsessed.
And those get off me mechanics allow me to reset the situation and hopefully open them up.
He just wants to go to sparking no matter what.
Yeah, look at him. He's just obsessed with going to sparking. He doesn't bother following up with a full key gauge. Right? He could do so much with a full key gauge. Instead, he tries to go sparking.
See that? That's so weird.
And I don't understand why he's spamming the grab when he's being comboed. I don't get it. But I got him with my Wild Sense there.
Okay.
I ran out his sparking with just comboing him all the time. I don't get why he's using instant sparking in my face. Like, you should be trying to open me up with a combo, not using instant sparking in my face. But you can see I did a quick recovery there. And if you know when you're going to do a quick recovery, you could really catch them off guard and do a Z-burst dash.
I'm gonna do it though.
Here I am just resetting him. He can't get a super counter off on me because he's just, it's just too staggered.
Just rage quit. Just leave. Just leave, bro.
Here I am telling him to just leave because I know he's just gonna leave. Time for me to use ultimates on him. I don't know if I get off my ultimate though. I'm really not good at using my ultimate. Oh,
Okay, he's
here it
gonna
is.
leave now.
All I do is hit him with a low sweep and use my ultimate.
I knew it.
And then he rage quits right there. It's so silly.
Gotenks.
Here I am going against a base Gotenks.
Hey, after we're done,
I don't think this game he's very cheesy. He's not that cheesy, but I'll still go over what I do. For
We
S5.
shall see how this Gotenks does.
So immediately I see he's holding perception. Right? That's something you have to take into account. Are they a perception holder? Yep, holding perception. I'll just grab you. I'll grab you or use Ki Blast. It's fine.
Stop holding perception.
When I grab someone, I press circle if you're on PlayStation and B if you're on Xbox. When you knock someone back, if you press circle or B, then it'll do like that little dive kick animation that brings them to the ground, like this one, and then you can open them up, right? It's a very easy open up. Although I don't really like knocking people back, but the few times I do knock people back, that's what I do. He has after image strike, I think. So I didn't know that, so I'm just learning that from this game. Birder, I know he has after image and instant sparking. And that's another thing about vanishing as well. If you're looking for someone else's vanish, you could vanish them back. I think this guy is the same way. I don't know what's with these like players. A lot of people are very obsessed with dash supers, and it's like, yeah, they do a good amount of damage, but if you pair them up with a combo, they'll do even more damage. Vanish battle, I win it. He didn't capitalize on his after image. I didn't even counter it there. But countering after image works the same way as wild sense, but after image is a little safer. Because after image, you're not forced to do an attack. After image, you can just sit there if you want. But yeah, look at the switch. I use the switch to help me follow up and help me gain key advantage, because Jace comes in with more key than Birder did. Although he only comes in with 1 key bar, so that sucks. So look at that, a raw dash super. Why? Why do a raw dash super? Nice grab by him, caught me off guard. We clash here. And another important thing is knowing when your attacks are going to clash. If he breaks your guard with a dash super and both of you guys are mashing, you're going to clash. Since you know you guys are going to clash, just immediately go for a vanish. Don't finish the attack chain. Just go for a vanish and open him up. If he's smart, he'll do the same thing, and you guys start playing chess with each other. Who's going to make a mistake? But this guy, he just mashes and doesn't go for a vanish. Look here. Oh, he actually wins that interaction. My bad.
Not done yet.
Nice super counter by him. I switch to follow up, and I get free key, and I get health regeneration. So switching is a super strong mechanic. The fact that he's not taking advantage of it, except there, but he should be taking advantage of it earlier. Just let him go instant sparking because I was processing what he was doing. I was like, why is Birder just dancing there? And then I was like, oh wait, he's going instant sparking. I vanished those. This is why it's super important to practice your vanishing. So many people practice their super counters, but if you practice your vanishing, it will pay off a lot, just as much as practicing super counters will. I don't know why my combo just didn't connect there, but look, he's just holding perception. If you vanish behind him or sidestep behind him, easy counter, or use key blasts. And you can see why he's not getting or struggling to get super counters off on me consistently is because I stagger my combos. You see how I stun him and then I stand there for a second and then hit him and then stun him again with a low sweep and then hit him and then reset him, right? That's super difficult to super counter, but it's super easy to vanish. But everybody is so hyper focused on super countering that they do not vanish my combos that are extremely easy to vanish. That's why I say, like, super countering is very good, but it's also overrated. Overrated in the sense that everybody thinks it's all you need. It's not. It's very strong, but it's not all you need. And yeah, I did explosive wave there, and some people say explosive wave is not safe and they could hit you with a raw super afterwards. You can see clearly I had time to move, so I could have blocked, but instead I went for a dash and it still caught me. So I think explosive wave is safe, thus making it even stronger than I thought it was, you know? Or stronger than what a lot of people say, because they say it's punishable when I haven't really been punished yet. Time for me to go instant sparking. I'm not really good at using my ulti. I'm not sure if I get it off here. Yeah, he's obsessed with dash supers. Which it hits me, you know, the times it does work, it's good. Right, but like if you could just combo along with using your dash supers, then that'll be even better. Yep, I hit him. I just simply hit him with a low sweep and then use my ulti. Raccoon is such a good character because he's so tanky and he does a lot of damage too. And False Courage is really good too. I don't use False Courage all too much, but if you want to use False Courage, I recommend you use it up close. That way he can't Z-burst dash at you and hit you with a dash attack that will break through a super armor.
Oh my god, he just held it.
Force him to use only normals and normal ki blasts, and super armor will be super strong in that range. I don't have the key advantage here, so let's see if he wins this. He indeed wins it. I vanished that dive kick though. If you could vanish the dive kick, that's really good, because the dive kick is usually what sets people up to continue comboing you. And that's why it's good that it's the most difficult to vanish that. Yeah, you can see him holding perception. He had my back there. Why are you holding perception? Like, it's super important to understand when to be offensive and understand when to be defensive. This guy is just way too defensive. And that's why I beat a lot of people, because he rage quits when I try to.
Everyone's rage quitting tonight.
That's funny. But yeah, a lot of people just play defensively, and that's why I'm able to get my switches off on them. And switching is so strong against these players. You can't play defensively in DP battle. You have to get damage off, especially if your opponent knows to just constantly switch. That's why I love DP battle. In singles, people just chip you down a little bit and then use their ulti. No, in DP battle, you have to be super aggressive and do so much damage to a point where switching doesn't matter. And you have to be so aggressive to the point where they're locked out of switching because they're so focused on trying to save their character. But no, a lot of people, they just play defensively, tip me down a little bit, doesn't matter, I'll switch my character. And then people complain about that, it's just like, well, if you played hyper aggressive, that wouldn't be an issue. Like me, look at this, I reset him. Oh, that's a nice super counter by him. Very nice super counter, but look, he knocks me back, decides to charge, and I get a free switch off. He does a raw super, I don't know why. He doesn't switch his character when he should. And he has after him his strike up. We get into this quick time event. I think I screw it up. No, actually I don't. Well, it doesn't matter. He has after him his strike up. Yep, I just baited out. There you go. I have explosive wave, so I'm okay to be super aggressive, because if I make a mistake, it's I could just get out of it. I could break his combo with explosive wave.
It's as if that's the new meta.
Yep, tech that grab, a little obvious.
It's
an obvious grab when he's just standing there. Like, a lot of people, they like to think about what they're before they grab, and then you can just tell.
Countering is
but
not good, man.
yeah, revenge countering is not good. He was better off just trying to use after him his strike again and get a switch off. But revenge countering is so easy to counter. Like, they're not safe. I don't know. A lot of people tell me, oh, why don't you perception the revenge counter? No, I just let them hit me, and then I can hit them right after. Revenge countering is only good when they have a sliver of health left and you need it, and you just need a counter to finish them off. So you use revenge counter, and that's it. But if you're using a revenge counter and I'm healthy, it's just not going to work. Someone in my comments said, oh, revenge countering is better than explosive wave. Hell no, it's not. Hell no, it's not. And that right there before, that was a great example of why revenge countering is not good. Right? It's only good in very specific situations. And that was not one of the situations. I know a lot of people like to use revenge counter when they're stuck in like a Z-Broly spamming his ki blast. You can use revenge countering to get out of it.
How are these people S ranks? Like, why are you shooting?
Yeah, I'm confused on how he's S rank, just spamming raw supers. It just doesn't make sense.
I guess people just don't know combos.
Yeah, I even said it. I guess people just don't know combos.
Is super simple.
It's not like my defense is perfect, but like my defense is just that much stronger if you don't take the opportunities to open me up. Vanishing Assault is not a good defensive mechanic, man. Like, I don't know why people use Vanishing Assault. What Vanishing Assault does, if you're super close to them, is it'll knock them back. And knocking people back is not good if you want to do a lot of damage, because then you have to work towards setting them up again. That's why I rarely knock people back. I just try to keep them close by resetting them all the time.
Made a mistake using.
Did instant sparking there?
No.
I thought Wild Sense was gonna get me killed here, which usually it does, but for once it actually saves me.
Oh, never mind. It's safe.
There have been he rage quits because his ultimate doesn't go off.
I knew it. I knew he was a rage quitter. I knew it. There's just no way you're doing that as a S rank player.
And here I am again. I bump into him again. He actually doesn't rage quit this
Man.
game, which I get that
Oh,
sometimes.
God,
Sometimes
this guy
people will
again.
rage quit, and then I bump into them again, and
Alright.
they won't rage quit.
Time to make him
I
rage quit
don't
again.
understand. I mean, I appreciate that he doesn't rage quit the second time. It's just like, why'd you
Time to
rage quit the
discipline my
first time? You can hear me. I said time to discipline my daughter for spamming after image strike all the time.
Oh my god, why is it so
But you
laggy?
can see Vanishing Assault is not a good defensive tool. It's so easy to open them up
Guy's
to.
not finished shitting the bed.
Oh, this game was super laggy too. Like, I start to theorize that he was lag switching it. You know? Like, look how laggy it is. And laggy, like, a laggy match will benefit his playstyle because his playstyle is literally just abuse after image strike and spam supers. You know, you don't need timing for that. It's just the game playing for you.
I see you.
But you see how I still deal with it, right? I could like it's hurting me, the lag, but I know how to hard counter it so badly to the point where you could lag switch me if you want. It's not gonna work. Although I don't know if he's lag switching me, but like this is a super laggy match. Like it's happening in half speed. It also doesn't look as bad as it feels. Like like when I was playing this felt terrible.
This lag.
Like everything felt like it was coming out 1 second later. It was so delayed. Like, you can just see the frames are like weird here too.
So weird.
And like vanishing
don't
when
understand these players,
when
bro.
it's so delayed, it's very difficult. So that's why I say like he could be lag switching because lag switching would benefit his playstyle a ton. Alright, he switched his character to Dr. Giro. Android players, a lot of them are just
Spam grab,
hyper
like,
obsessed with
so
grabbing and
obvious
key
what he's gonna
blasts.
do.
All you gotta do is spam the block button. Spamming the block button will deflect key blasts and deflect their grab. Like look at him, he goes for a grab. When he could have he had a perfect opportunity to open me up. And this is why I say the metas are really not that bad. Once you learn how to counter them, they're not that bad because people who abuse the metas, they're just hyper focused on doing that one thing and then they forget that, not even forget, they just don't know how to do anything else. They do that one thing because it's easy. Like Dr. Giro, they just grab. He goes, that's 3 times in a row. 4 times in a row. 5 times in a row. This is what I mean. Dr. Giro's grab is super good, right? He
God,
gets one
there, you
off.
got
But
it off
Dr.
once.
Giro's grab and Android 19's grab is super good. But it's so easy to counter.
So
Right? And people who abuse that, they tend to only do that. And it's just like, okay, once you know that, it's so easy to counter. They just get hard countered. You can see how laggy it is. Damn. It's happening in half speed.
what the hell?
Commentating this is gonna be a pain. He thinks his key blast will help him, but no. I outzone him,
Guy in the
and then I open him up.
Something just rage quit already, bro.
Come meet your doom.
Yeah, you can hear me say, "Oh, just rage quit already, bro." Little do I know he doesn't rage quit, which leaves me confused.
Once I get
But this is the game where I get 30,000 DP ranked points. He goes for a revenge counter again, and my wild sense gets activated. And he switches with a sliver of health left.
Well,
Like,
it was,
no, he
after
should have
the
switched a long time
strike
ago. And yeah, this is what I mean. This the laggy match benefits this type of gameplay. Just
He's
sit
gonna
there.
sit there and charge.
Yep, sit there in charge and spam a super, or spam the same thing over and over, and then the laggy match will help defend you because then it's harder to counter those when lag is going on.
Okay. I just
Like I don't know why I couldn't recover there. I'm just gonna blame the
get to
lag.
recover. Interesting.
But look at this. He doesn't approach me even though he has sparking up. I'm like, why? You should approach me. Don't be scared to approach me. People are so scared to approach. When I'm playing against a lot of people, I'd say like 80% of the time, I'm the one approaching. It's like, why play defensively? DP battle, the most important thing in DP battle is getting as much damage as you can. Because if you don't, the opponent's just going to switch out. if you're not aggressive enough, they're
What's
going
the
to
point
be
of
able to
this?
switch out. But yeah, he's just gonna work on spamming this one super.
I've overcome my greatest weakness.
False courage there.
Now I am invincible.
You get stun locked after that sometimes. If you hit the ground, you get stun locked bad. Yeah, I could dash it. He has after image strike up. It's so laggy. You can see I'm trying to go for a switch, but it's not. It's just not working out for me because that's how laggy it is. Sorry, I just burped there. I just grab him. Vanishing Assault, like I said, not good. I noticed the people who, like, the biggest mistakes a lot of these, I don't want to say he's a lower rank because he's S rank, but like a lot of these people make that I destroy is that they love to spam Vanishing Assault as a defensive mechanic, like right there, and they also use revenge countering a lot, like right there. Like I didn't even, like I'm reacting live to this, and I'm just calling it out. I'm calling it out as I watch this play. Like he's just spamming Vanishing Assault, it's not working. Revenge countering is not working. You have to combo me. And people, there's, I guarantee you, there's gonna be. I mean, I've gotten comments saying, "Oh, all you do is spam switch." Well, if you're super aggressive and you play the game, I won't be able to switch. People have beaten me because they actually play the game. But if you're just gonna keep back and charge your key and try to spam supers, that's not going to work. That only works in singles battles.
True S player.
So I don't want to get into the debate of what takes more skill, singles or DP. I think they're two completely different play styles, right? Singles can be a lot more unforgiving, but at the same time, it's like in DP, it's also unforgiving in that if you don't do a lot of damage and you don't know long or like high damage combos, or if you don't know how to get an ulti off, yeah, you're screwed. You're screwed if you go against someone who knows how to use the switch mechanic very well. You can't just rely on slowly chipping down the opponent and using your ulti and finishing him off. You have to know really good combos, and you have to know how to reset them.
I'm just better than you.
And not to mention DP, if you want a 5-man team, which is basically the #1 factor in determining if you could win in the higher ranks, is having at least a 4-man team. You're probably going to have to know how to play low DP characters, such as Zarbon, such as Jace, such as Popovich.
Just leave the game. There's 60 seconds left. I did way more damage to you.
I'm getting frustrated saying, just leave the game. There's 60 seconds left. I don't want to play this laggy match anymore. But like I said, he doesn't leave the game, so odd, very odd. You can see he just used after image strike there. He went from 3 skill points to 0 skill points. Hit me with a hard knockdown that I didn't react to in time.
Now it's my turn.
He just does a raw super.
Why?
I vanished that.
Why? I vanished though. It's just pointless.
We get into a clash because I was dashing at him. He wins the clash. Look at this vanish war happen in slow motion.
Now it's my turn.
3 times in a row. 3 times in a row. Do you think you're going to hit a dash super, a raw dash super across the map and think I'm just going to stand still there? What's with this decision making? This is what, I don't understand the decision making here. Like, that's why I get, like, kind of offended. It's just like, do you think I'm stupid? Do you think I'm just going to stand still and let you hit me? It's like, I don't understand it. After image strike is up, so all I do is hold perception.
Leave the game. Just leave the game.
Perception and ki blast to counter after image strike and throw in some grabs if you can. Hey, he doesn't leave the game.
Wow,
I'm surprised.
That's
Thanks a
insane.
bunch. Let's train again.
I am very surprised he doesn't leave the game. And here you can see
There you
30,000
go.
points. I would have had a 20 win streak if all those people didn't leave.
If I didn't have all of those rage quitters.
Oh, I say the same thing. And here's the leaderboards. Number
There you
18.
go. Number 18.
Here's a bonus gameplay. I was going against a Z rank. I was live streaming this on Twitch.
A Z rank.
I don't think I need to commentate much because I'm actually talking for my stream.
I might lose this.
No confidence.
I'm not.
I see another Z rank
That
and I get
last game I
scared,
just
but
played, I'm not feeling it. So we'll see.
oh, I wasn't confident because like someone was you know, someone was putting the moves on me. I won that last game, but like he was putting the moves on me. I just didn't feel on point. So I bump into a Z rank and I was just like, oop, I might lose, but watch.
Okay, waste this skill point.
Yep, force him to use a skill point through super perception.
He wasted mine.
Like I said earlier, when you know you guys are gonna clash, if both of you guys are mashing, super perception is that same situation. So if you get hit with the super perception, or if you get a super perception off, if you guys clash, just be ready for the vanish.
I hit him.
Or you could do what he did and
behind
just
me?
back up and use
So
key
bad.
blasts.
I don't know why he's
Right.
behind me.
But here's Master Roshi after image strike. I bring in Jace. Not super perception, regular perception. Jace's perception will go through after image strike. There it is. There it is again. Easy counter, just key blast, perception, key blast, perception, throw in a grab if you see an opening. Those really slow moving key blasts are super good up close. But you can see after image strike is over, so I go in for the combos. Because Master Roshi is already almost dead.
Got his Roshi.
And that's why he
Okay.
needs after image strike, because he's so
Why?
squishy. He's so easy to kill with
hope he's
not,
not a
even
rage
one
quitter. This is a
one
little
real
easy.
single combo. But you could hear me. I said, oh, I hope he's not a rage quitter because I just finished him off easily there. Using Wild Sense.
You could do that.
I'll let him go full power. It's fine. I don't care. I know how to deal with it.
I have
Oh, actually, I remember this situation. It was not good. I have Wild Sense up.
Save me.
I said Wild Sense is gonna save me. Watch.
Oh, what? Come on, Zarbon. What's your issue?
See, and this is why I say Wild Sense is not that good. It's good, but like there's so many situations where it messes you up. You know, it helps you dodge a lot of attacks, but at the same time, you could teleport, and then your attack will force you to get hit.
Switch, yep.
I reset him. Nice. Reset him again. He's struggling to get a super counter off. You see how much damage I did to him before he could get a super counter off? If he just vanished my first hit, he would have saved so much health, but I bet you he's just smashing super counter, hoping to get it off, but then it's not that easy. It's really not that easy, especially if I hit you with the full charged attacks. It just throws off your timing.
Got him.
That was a little predictable. I'm always blocking neutral or low. Sometimes I'll block high if they do the rush chains. A lot of people will go for the overheads because they know the options are either neutral or low most times. So going for the overhead is like the unexpected option. So I expect the unexpected if he does a follow-up chain attack. But there it is. You can see explosive wave saved me from the sparking pressure.
Nope.
And you can see he just gets desperate and just tries to get the ulti off on me.
I swear if it hits me.
He might have had my back there, and if he did have my back, it would hit me, but I vanished it anyway. Timing the vanish on the Raccoon ultimate isn't that hard. You just have to do it towards the end of his setup animation, before he lets the ultimate off. Like on his face, the close-up of his face.
Two like this.
Goes for the switch. That's a good switch. He brings out the drink. Go for the reset. Look how much damage I do.
And he likes using Vanishing Assault.
But yeah, like I said previously, Vanishing Assault is not a good defensive mechanic. Yes, maybe it'll hit me and knock me back, but like, why would you want to knock me back? That's not an aggressive option. Typically you want to purposely knock people back if you're trying to go for a switch. Or if you're trying to set up like maybe a transformation.
Let's go beyond.
But even when I'm setting up a transformation, I'll just hit him with a gut punch and transform in his face. Explosive wave saves me there.
He kind of left me no choice. He's trying to switch.
Yeah, he's trying to switch. And you see, when you play hyper aggressive, they can't switch.
Got him.
How did I know he was
I
going to
should win.
switch? Because
That's
he was
an
just
easy win
standing
right
there,
here.
right? It takes maybe a second to get, to open up the switch panel if you're not fast with it. So I throw a charge key blast, dash at him, and then he can't switch. People complain about, oh, switching is really strong, and it is strong. But if you're hyper
I made a video
aggressive,
talking about how good
then
explosive wave is,
they're not going to be able to
and there's
switch, and
people
that's why I do
commenting,
like
"Oh,
the
it's not
switch
that
mechanic
good."
because it forces people to play aggressive. That's the way to counter it. You have to play aggressive.
Should have known.
And you could tell my playstyle is very
See,
aggressive.
if I were any good, I would have countered that wild sense. But I'm not.
Yeah, I'm taking all this time to crap on Wild Sense, but sometimes it does get me, and it could be very strong. This entire video, like, I'm crapping on Wild Sense. It's not to say that Wild Sense sucks, but it has its weaknesses.
He's not blocking my.
Explosive Wave has its
my
weaknesses
charge
too,
deep
but
blast.
I think Explosive Wave is a better
He's
defensive
letting me
tool.
hit him with it.
And defensive tools in this game are
Here's
super
Wild
strong.
Sense.
You have
Watch this.
Perception, Super Perception, you have Super Countering, you have
Wild Sense is
Vanishing.
gonna mess him
Imagine adding another thing to the toolbox being Explosive Wave. It becomes
gonna
almost
force him to
impossible to
teleport
hit them
and
if
he's
they
gonna
have
get hit by
Explosive Wave.
Yep.
And look, almost all my characters are still healthy because I use Explosive Wave
Yep.
so well.
That's 3 characters down.
I got 3 of his characters. He knows it's game over. But yeah, anyway, I hope you guys learned something from this video. If you did, like and subscribe. I'll see you guys next time. Have a good day.